Greetings friends and welcome back. I'm coming to you again from Sydney on this beautiful day. It's extremely hot here, so not ideal for filming, but we continue with this work. Now if you've been watching my videos in order, which is unlikely but possible, in the last video I mentioned that in this video I'm going to be revealing how it is that you can know for sure your highest life purpose and thereby know exactly what to do in each moment of the day. And the way I'm going to answer that question is to ask a question in return, and that question is, from what level of awareness would you like to experience that purpose? Because my understanding of the highest purpose may be different to yours, and it really relates to from what level of awareness you are coming from within yourself, because each human being has an energy circulatory system that determines how well the mind is actually operating, to what potential you're operating in your life. And if you're like most people, you are probably just coming from what is called your sacral chakra, your sacral energy center. And so this is just the second of 7 embodied energy centers within your mind-body system. And if that's the case, then it'll be like you are just average, like everybody else. You won't get too far out of your comfort zone. You'll be reasonably comfortable, you'll get by, and you'll be part of the crowd, but you won't really ascend to contributing anything that is significant compared to what is really going on around you. So from that place we could say it's probably not so much of a meaningful existence. You'll find that you experience the dualities of life, you enjoy yourself when you have your free time, perhaps at the weekends, and social events, and when you're having to work, it's probably not going to be that enjoyable to you. You're probably looking forward to that ending so that you can get on to the things that you prefer to be doing. So on that state you enjoy yourself some of the time, and you are suffering or not enjoying yourself the other part of the time. So there's a higher place that we can arrive at, and the way in which we do that is by simply raising our energy. So if you do that, then your energies will move into the solar plexus energy center. And as you do that, the corresponding change in mind is that you will move out of that social sort of average mediocrity mindset and into an individuated mind where you start to become quite strong-minded, confident in your opinions, and knowing what you want and what you think is true and right, and you'll be willing to voice that. So you'll be moving out of the crowd, so to speak, and as a result of that you'll face a little bit of conflict in a sense that the other people may not agree with you. So you'll be willing to go through that rejection to an extent to be able to share that. So that is a little bit uncomfortable, and so that is why most people don't move beyond that social agreement level of awareness, because they don't want to move into their own opinion and have that potentially conflict with all of the people around them. Now, if you want to move your energies further than that into a more deeply fulfilling space, you're required to elevate your energies into the heart energy center. And in doing so, you'll actually start to dissolve the rigid identity that you have as a person, whether that be through your national identity, your religion, your traditional cultural ways. These are all facets of the ego that keep us in a perception of separation with the world. There is us as an individual, and there is the rest of the people, and we may fit into certain socio-cultural groups, but that will be different to the rest, and so as a result we're still experiencing separation and therefore conflict with the rest. Whereas if you begin to open up your heart energy center, what you'll find is that that limitation begins to dissolve as you start to identify simply with the fact that you are a person just like everybody else. And so you can look at someone of a different race or religion or creed or tradition and see that those external differences are not so significant. At the heart, we're all people and we can all get on. So your identity will move from this individuated person who lives in your own country, your own family, etc., to someone that's just living on the planet with the rest of the people on the planet. So you become more of a global citizen. So with that change in mindset, of course you will experience a lot more peace, because you're actually going to get on with a lot more people. you will feel a lot more connected, and so as a result of that, you will actually enjoy yourself a lot more. Now, if you want to actually experience a significantly more meaningful life, you will need to actually raise your energies up into the throat energy center and have that open. And as you do that, what you'll find is that a new energy becomes part of your life. That energy is transcendent to the earth. It's actually emanating from the vibrations coming from the sun and the stars. And so as a result of having that vibration in your own energy field, you will start to receive ideas that are transcendent to the contemporary paradigms. So you will be a way shower or a leader, as it were. You will also be able to communicate that, and you will need to have the strength to walk that level of truth, which is going to be in some ways a contradiction to the past paradigms. And so with that, you'll find that you are met with a degree of opposition to the old energies or the old way of thinking, because people don't like change in general, do they? And so often they persecute or shoot the messenger rather than being willing to actually change their way, even though it may be a better way to be. So this will be a test for you to see if you are capable of holding that new vibration of planetary evolution for the human race. It's a big responsibility. That'll be a significant and meaningful life, and at that point you'll really be getting up, knowing what to do, and be looking forward to that. But as I mentioned at the start, if you really want to know your highest life purpose and absolutely know what to do, when to do it, in every moment of the day, then you really require to raise your energy into the head energy centers, which are otherwise known as the third eye and crown chakras. Because as you do that, you'll find that you become like a telecommunications tower that can receive the information from the satellites, only your satellites will actually be the sun and stars themselves. It will be the communication and awareness that is coming from those vibrational locations. And so you're starting to actually become attuned to the universal mind. You'll start to transcend your identity as a person living on Earth to actually you're a person living in this universe. And so you can start to bring through the ideas associated with any other area in the universe. And can you imagine how much potential that brings into your life? These are really the forerunning ideas that are moving forward our planetary evolution. And it's not easy to hold that expanded, we could say, a superconscious state, because what you'll find is that all of the other levels of energy that you've been experiencing beneath you, they're all options for your attention as well. So there's a lot of temptation and distraction there. However, if you remain focused, then this is certainly the place that you would want to be to experience the most deeply meaningful and fulfilling life. And as a result of allowing your consciousness to expand out further, you'll find that the dualities of life, the pleasures versus the pains, they start to fall away to make way side for a higher level of awareness, which is founded in simply a blissful experience of what is arriving in the moment. So you'll start to become very present. You see, you can't suffer while your mind is very present in the now that is here. The mind will become distressed and suffer when it goes to aspects of the past that you didn't agree with or didn't enjoy, or projections of future potentials that you might not want to experience, even though that may not be actually what's going to happen. So these are anxieties and confusions associated with an uncontrolled delusional mind. When we bring ourselves up into that clear state of awareness where this energy center in the brain is opened up, you can remain focused on that higher purpose. You can receive that from the universal mind, and you continue to deliver that to humanity in your service. This is the most deeply fulfilling place that you can remain. So I hope you've enjoyed the information. I hope it's been helpful to you. You can contemplate on that. And if you're further interested, then this is something that we go further into in the elemental balancing and cosmic inheritance programs on our website. It's also something that we facilitate through our classes that we run each month. It's the actual opening up of these higher energy centers, simply so that you can return your system to a fully functional state and live your potential. So if that sounds like something you'd like to look further into, then I encourage you to certainly go to our website, check it out, subscribe to our e-lists, YouTube channels, and like the Facebook page, etc., and we'll continue to deliver more information to you to assist you in this regard. So I'm happy to be of service to you in this way and look forward to potentially being in contact with you in the near future.